already. How time flies. Excuses are not going to help, guys. You want to be a champion? You got to be consistent. So then when other people do show up, then you have an additional time to play. If you do as much as everybody else is doing, at the very most, you're going to keep to the same level. And it's sad, because the fact of the matter is that talent has very, 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 very little to do with being a champion. It's the self-discipline and making those decisions that are not easy to do, but are important. Now, yes, I gave my body a little bit of a rest because I wanted to pick up the pace. Getting ready to do some sparring right now. Then we'll go over what a point is, what's not a point for the tournament. I'm also fighting on April 12th. I am going to defend my grand championship over in New Jersey. So what am I supposed to do? Show them the videotape so they can bow out to me? No, I got to show them the techniques or let them feel the techniques. And no, it's not easy. That's what it takes. I got on this rubber thing. I don't even know if it's a breeze. It feels like one of those army joints. When I stay on that.
That's what you had on today when you were?
I didn't use it once. Yeah, stick it out. This one? Yeah. The last one, maybe. I want it. No, don't touch it. I did this, right? Yeah. That's 4. I don't think that's 4. Yeah. That's 4. Yeah. That's 5. Round 2. I'm staying under the punches. That's fine. I'm great.
You go back to one thing?
No. Whoa. Wow.
This took mine a while. And this thing.
It's 4 more.
Yeah.
It's 2.
Yep.
Cash. Three or 4.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah. That was fine.
I want to do that.
That was fast.
So, if you look, I am literally doing the decoys again, where I throw the high hook punch with the right arm, front leg, or going to the left with a reverse punch. And you must react or respond to what's near your face. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going back. I go back, left leg in front, go back towards the back foot, and I swing my leg right here. I cross it, and I blitz forward. So, when you're going forward, make it seem like you're going back first. When you're going to your right, make it seem like you're going to the left. So you can do that with the tricks. And there's several tricks. But the important part is when you squeeze the trigger, you have to make sure you keep the rapid fire in there. Again, I'm always attacking my combination. Very rarely do I throw just one punch. In that last exchange, I stepped on his foot and didn't do anything. He expected me to do something after. And then I passively just got back, and when he started moving, I just do that very rarely one technique, which was backwards, which I never do. So, tricks. Round 3.
How you doing?
Round 3 or 4?
I think this is 3 or 2. If I can see one.
So again, quick punch, hit everything on. And right after that, the second punch comes. But I missed. Well, looks like. Okay, that's fine. That's 2. So all I did was, since he's used to me going split number 3, where you keep your feet close, you switch, and then go. In this case, I usually have a fake. So I went fake, and then we have to respect the fake. We gotta do the punch like he's normally used to seeing it. All I do is this. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll show you what I did there. It's a little different, right? Let me show you what I did. Now what? Now do this, look at it going back. Look.
Hey, yeah, that's like.
And you go back. Come on. Come on.
You might get caught if you just watch it on the phone, right?
Yeah, look at it. That time, I went to this. Look. With the back leg.
So what do you agree?
So I went left leg in front, hands at the distance, back leg, and brody lines.
Last time we did like 2 or 3 of them in a row. No. Another one.
This one. The back is left first because of this. Watch.
Time and distance.
No, I just gotta go back. Watch. If I go like this. Watch. I went. Even though it becomes good, when I was very happy. If I don't do it, if I really want the regular attack, I would have hit. No question. Hit the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's great.
Next.
So I blink from one side, and it's boom, this. And I do blink from the other side. So it's important to do both. Left side and the right side. I completely missed. So I got the rebound doing the same technique on the other side.
Wow.
That's 4. That's 5. Normally, I wouldn't be able to catch him because look at the distance he went to get away from a kick or a punch. But I'm staying track. But I'm also aware that he doesn't throw back first when I'm chasing him, because that's a possibility. So being aware of this environment, the terrain, the circumference, everywhere. Similar to before, except this time I did it like this. I went, and I went like this. And the third, I went to my head. But again, because of different weight. That's 1. Stop. That's it right there. That means you wouldn't get no point.
Right.
No point, because you went outside.
Yes. Stay inside.
That's 3.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready at all. You stepped in my range and I looked down. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if any of them got in. I'm not sure. He said it was a point. I wasn't sure. That's 3. So there's a difference right now. No, you know what? Go in there. Yeah, but go in there. Get yourself a victory. Me a victory. No, get yourself a liberty and a victory for you, not me. So it's late in the day. He's been teaching classes. I did 1,000 kicks already. No excuses. Now when he puts on his liberty and victory patch, it'll give him some better. Well, you know what? I got to give myself a patch too. Ignite. I should have worn the Ignite to help me burn fat. So I'm asking to go back in there to get an Ignite. And we use all technologies to make sure that we get the best output possible. You know, so no excuses. First I trained alone. Then since he came, I'm gonna do some extra sparring. But the concepts are difficult to really catch. That's why I try to recap them. For example, if I'm here and I go like this, it looks like I'm going back, but in reality, if you look, all I'm doing is this, to be able to cross. So that's like a stutter step, front leg, decoy. And sometimes I do something like this, where I lean my body back while my foot goes forward. So then when I step back up, the person can't tell that I actually advanced. So from here, it's like this. And then I just go, or throw a kick. So, trigonometry, psych fool. The majority of the fighters think that it's just the kicks and punches. No. The kicks and punches, again, they're the tools, or the meat of potato, but the fakes and repositions, just like the sauce, or the seasoning, and then the distance factor is what I would consider what makes things really happen. Because a good kick from a distance that's too close or too far is no good. A punch from a distance that's too close or too far is no good. And people assume and anticipate, I should say, assume that what we're doing is so easy. Let me see you guys put some video up. I want to see your guys do it. All you guys that always have these wonderful opinions, that means that you come out and compete in the UMAN Fontanez and win $500. Simple thing. Even 70 and above is getting $500. 50 and 60-year-olds, $500. 30 and 40-year-olds, $500. And then forums too. And then those of you who right now haven't registered, I think you should register because it's going to be epic. Just like the last time. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I'm 60 years young, guys. 20, let's say. And when I feel old, I'm 30. But I'm never going to use 60 because it's just a number, and I don't believe that my body's responding to that age. I refuse to believe that. But I also know that I'm going to live another 60 years, and I don't want to live another 60 years just barely. Good. I figured it's late. Well, I'm going to work fast. Yeah. I don't have any ability on. That's okay. I need to go too fast.
Yeah. Make 90 step.
Okay, here we go. I did round number 5. No, down, down. Warning. Call it a clash. Because it did touch me too with my head there. But I do that left hand. Did you feel what I said?
Yeah.
Clash. Good clash. But you have not used that and you put it back in there. Good point, I'll give it to you. But remember, if you slide your hand back, what does that mean? If you put your glove,
Yeah.
oh, what does it mean?
Yes, sir.
What I did was a back pedal, circular. I do punches till 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, with the clock being on the wall. So that's what we walk. Then when I live up, then I blitz. Then I do the blitz to the opposite side. Three. Again, if you see, I went like this. I did a trick like this. Look, trick like. I went like this. So when you see the first time, it's a decoy. Second time, same technique. I exploded to me. That's 4. At that time, I do the run kick, but I knew he was going to rock. But I told him to go that way. So I used my right leg. So I did that, I did the leg in front. And I do the vertic roundhouse kick, but everyone until we got too close.
Yeah.
In other words, I attack low, rebound high. Sometimes I attack high, or decoy high, hit low. Regardless, there have to be multiple angles for the person to be tricked or psyched. And I literally pick and choose each time to do something different. Like I told myself, something different.
Smart.
I did. I would never score on the shooting, but that was my right hand. What I did was again, I stepped towards 12, my back leg went towards 9. At that point, I'm vulnerable, look. I'm vulnerable, and then I came out of there like this. So it looks like so. No, do it with me. So you learn it, look. Here, here, here. Look, I'm running, look. Look at me, don't move. Watch, I win. So you see how much close I got?
Yeah.
You can't really tell. If I go here, I'm gonna tell the distance. If I go like this, look how far I got.
Yeah.
So I only got the weapon before I get there. So like so, so I'm going 12 o'clock. Left leg, right leg towards 9 o'clock. When in reality, I should be ahead. And I'm right there.
You're off the line.
I'm off the line. But it had me advanced without you realizing. Again, and the only person I've done that today is also the technique I've never been done. You got to look. I'll give you the point, but you got to look. That's the change. See, now look. You got to be look. Remember this? Yeah. Look. That's what we have. Look. Here. My shape is over here. This is my shape is over. It's towards you. 4, 2. I'm done with the love. Let's go. You want to go get a towel? Go get it.
I understand.
Huh?
I understand.
In the closet?
On the table.
No, the closet. Right in front of the door. So maybe this one got his eye. So this is what I did. Pretty basic, like we don't want to do this no more. I did a hot plug. Then the box kicks the body. And normally I would do it like machine kicks, but I'm not doing that yet. I still want to have them confused. So I throw a decoy and I reposition. And again, it seems simple what I'm doing, and it is if you know what to do. But most of you guys just throw kicks and punches and do drills and expect just the speed to make it successful. When somebody's fast, it isn't a solid 11 pounds because it was from a 3-day fast. But because I need to reset myself. And that reset includes a colonoscopy, which I highly recommend. I didn't do it at age 40 or age 50, whatever the case may be, so I'm gonna do it sooner than later. I wanna reset. I do wanna get my body back to my old metabolism when I messed up my body when I was lifting weights and taking creatine back in 1996. So reset is what I'm looking for.
We used to run the animal back. They used to take the animal back.
That's 1 point, round 6. Now we're listening. Now listen. Now listen. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Outside. I read it. So you extended it, right?
I think so.
So yeah, watch that on the snowboard. And he went far, and I went like this. Now you have to take the time to catch it. Ooh. Damn it.
Bicep.
What do you think?
Good. One bicep.
So, usually he goes this way.
Yeah.
Lately,
Or the back hand.
but this time I went like this. Watch. I went. So, 3 punches, what doing that?
Combination.
Yeah, combination. Because he's been, when I told him I was straight, he goes that way now, or he goes this way, which means that after either meet him where he's going, or follow him. That war is a lot harder than me.
Oh yeah, student hit the wall today. Strong with another student.
It's rough.
Yeah.
What's the score? 4? 2 times out?
Yeah.
4-1, I think it is.
That's the matter. That's the matter. Okay, I found out how to charge that joint. Finally. It was right on the side of the charger. The head was the charger. I'm making sure it was over.
Hey, I'll do that for you too. I had to throw the second punch. Otherwise, over the top of the down into the rock. Any defense. Okay, that's fine. Round number 7. I'm gonna give him that point because you did this. The attempt, instead of being that, was dope. Really dope. Now that was a whole bunch of stuff right there. Let me explain. First thing I did was, don't kick, don't punch, yeah. But look at where he was at, way over here.
Yeah.
Because when I go towards him, he bailed out properly by going in the circumference of the terrain. However, I was engaging with him on top of him. If I were to do anything else, then the front hand to the head, he would have went outside. I wanted to explore him before he went outside. So the point supersedes the outside. But I was in your face. I said, no kicking, no punching. But I can only do that one time. So the next time I do something like that, his body responds to it. But I've done about 12 different techniques right now. That's only one, one time out.
Yeah, point. I think that's 4 or 5.
No, I'm 7, no, 1.
Okay.
No, 1.
7, 5, 2, 3. That's in the round. That's in the round. We
Yeah.
3 times.
Right, no, that's only one time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was the 1 inch punch. The 1 inch, 3 inch. Pull the trigger.
It's just because it was strapped. He was strapped, so
I should move it back.
if I go here, you got out. Yeah, I don't know. Think about it, there's 4 punches in one. On 4. Look over there. Big circle. Left punch. Decoy. That's 5. Wrong 8.
Round 8.
I won't go back to hand. You notice?
Not always that.
You didn't score it? No, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Let me tell you something. Your timing was beautiful. Don't shake your head, man. That was great. I just happened to have my hands there. But that's what I look for. It's actually awesome.
That's right.
You felt it, man.
Yeah.
But you felt it good.
Combination.
Yeah. Love it. Outside, baby.
Definitely work faster.
It was a great defense. I'm glad you won. That was good. There, I took the reverse punch. And the reverse punch again. Normally I do that with the other leg in front. So your body can use this side. That's 4. Now there, I went this way and do a wide hook punch to get around his arms. That was wide.
That was a wild shot. Almost like a haymaker.
Right. And each time, it was exactly where he was open. I was round number 8. 8.
It was 5, right?
Excuse me?
It was 5?
Yeah, 5 point, round 8. So, he's picking up the pace henceforward,
You still doing rules today?
which makes me, excuse me?
You still doing rules today?
Yeah, we're only doing 10 rounds.
Okay.
We're only doing 10. We can't handle 15 rounds yet, let's keep it real. You know, but it's okay, we still got a month away for me and a few weeks for him. And you don't need to have these amount of rounds to actually do it. Yeah, I do want to go over the points so like that your body, well the judges and spectators understand, but in terms of you get a chance to condition yourself, and so can I. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. There's been like 3 videos in one. Oh man.
9.
There's only one. There's only one. Right. So on the wall, everybody. We on the wall. Let me do the ring out. That's 3. Again, you're on the wall. I just go to the right time. That's why when you see faster, and when it was, I couldn't come forward. That's 4. Okay, that's 5. Again. I want to that wall, buddy. That one?
Yeah. I see what I'm doing now.
That's 2. That's 1. I do the axe kick. So they do. And after the inverted roundhouse, a little higher than normal.
This one.
You want to fake me, right?
Yeah.
I didn't cooperate. I took your hand up.
This one.
That's 3 or 4. 3. Say I went from high kick to low punch.
That's 1 high or low.
That's 4.
That's 1.
sweat in the eye.
Those too many times.
I'm trying to keep my distance. I want to counter. And that's why I'm not being aggressive. I want to be more precise.
Accurate.
I satisfy myself with a few defensive combinations and also some offensive differences. You okay?
Yeah.
Wow. Let me show you what I did. I threw a hook kick to the head, further side kick to the body, a hook kick to the head, brought it down behind his leg, dragged it towards me, and punched him to the body. So when you step hard.
Oh, like the sweep to the leg.
Yeah, I wanted hook kick. I want a hook kick. Sweep, punch. Yes. So on the punch, on the sweep is when his foot, where you feel that?
The ankle.
Where? You know why? Because when I went like this, and once you step, it buckled. It's right on the video. Let's go the left hand reverse. Okay, so this is the cool down. Match is over, the 10 rounds. They were extremely difficult for me personally. I do have multiple layers of clothing in my top for the purpose of increasing my body's heating. Yeah, I'm trying to reset my robotic system. And what I'm doing is again, I'm wearing Ignite, and the Ignite patch helps you burn additional calories. You got to use everything within legal and safe to be able to win. Now, I am not taking peptides presently. I took them for 2 months, and then you're supposed to take a break. But I do have to say that I feel a difference. But I do not have my cocktail of usual patches, which normally means I can explode even more. So I'm doing this raw dog, so to speak. The only thing I do have on is not a performance enhancer potential. It's a calorie burning increaser called Ignite. That's the patch I'm using presently. Again, talking about the tournaments, I keep hearing people saying they're going to come. Please register or buy your tickets. Save money. If you buy your ticket at the door, it'll be $40 for eliminations. It'll be $75 for VIP, which includes eliminations, nighttime finals. Eliminations start at 9:30, or I should say doors open at 9:30. Nighttime finals start at 5:30. And the after party for Master Ty and Miss Little Bit's birthday bash starts at 7. So if you get all three, it'll cost you $60 presently or $75 at the door. If you register to compete, one division presently, I should say, if you register this week, you get 2 divisions for $100. If you do it at the door, you're gonna have to pay $25 each additional division. And in addition to that, I did say, guys, we do have a clause in Alameda Santa that if there's not 5 people minimum in the division, in terms of the grand championship, we're going to give away 250 instead of 500. In other words, unless we step, and that shouldn't be a problem. 5 people in the division, come on, guys, that shouldn't be a problem at all. But regardless, we're looking at an opportunity for you guys to show up, take names, kick some butt, have some fun, do forums, spectate. Presently, you get the interview still up until Friday, and you also get your comic book. The comic book is worth $499 minimum, guys. It's 10 to 12 pages, and it's based on your own personal history. And we're going to go over some points now. I'm Master Jerry Fasty Fontanez. I'm committed to the improvement of what I consider sniper fighting. And for those of you who've never had a chance to honestly learn new techniques, you just might have to. It's not so much doing the same thing. Like if you backtrack here, how many techniques do you think I did in terms of setup and variety? Maybe 20. We have to count because if you watch them, so you don't look at just the kicks and punches. That's why I try to recap. And I'll give you guys an update. All these advanced techniques that look simple are in the sniper fighting manual, part 1, 2, and up to part 3 already, that I am finishing before the tournament. And I will give whoever puts right now, I'll give you a preview sample of it. Just put I do there in the bottom. And if you share this, I would really appreciate it. All right, thank you. So, at the UMAN OG Fountain of Youth, or UMAN OG Pro League, each match is 2 minutes. However, you can win the match before 2 minutes if you get a 10-point spread. Each technique is considered 1 point. If you sweep somebody, whether the front leg or the back leg, and you follow up either towards the head or the torso. If you're kicking, it's only to the body. So a down player only gets kicked to the body. Now, the sweep is not the point. The point is in the clean technique in the follow-up. If you punch the person in the arm in the follow-up, there's no point. Target areas are only, and I gotta say presently in this region, because there will be regions that have groin kicks, but not in region 11. It's from the waist up. Now, the arm is not a point, the back is not a point. The back of the head is a point, the top of the head is a point, and the whole facial area. The collarbone is not. The hip is not. The elbow is not. Those are no target areas. Techniques we allow are lead hand, which is called a back fist or jab, to the face. That same lead hand to the body, if your feet don't cross, like this, that's not a point. If the same hand and same leg are in position, left leg in front, and you hit the left hand to the body, that is not a point. However, if you do that with the right hand to the body, since it's reverse, opposite, that is a point, yes. So if the person comes from a distance, and they cross their leg, and they hit you to the body, that's right there, the first step. That is a point. That's like a reverse punch. Don't confuse yourself. Now, if a person throws a roundhouse kick, that kick can go to the torso, belly area, upper torso, or even head. If it hits the arm, hand, shoulder, there's no point. The center referee should be the most advanced, experienced judge. We're working on good ones this time. And he or she will judge at the same time. Judges call at the same time, not after. If he or she does judges call and everyone judges and then he does his or she does hers, it's late and it's not considered. We intend to have 5 judges. Most likely we will. The idea is to have 5 judges, and each judge should only call what they see and not what they hear. For example, if a judge is at a distance over there, your back is to them, and I hit you here, there's no way in life that judge is acting to me to see that punch. Please do not assume that it went in because there's a noise. Because there's a lot of noise that happens. They won't even have chest protectors. So, again, only give a point for what you actually see. Now, if you look at when we're sparring here, there is an outside rule. If you have 1 foot out, 1 foot in, you are still in the match. However, if you have 1 foot out, 1 foot in, and you pick up the leg, and that leg that's out happens to be out, so you're out. You can't score with that. But you can score by taking that out leg and kicking in.
Okay.
You get it?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, the idea is that if 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you're still in. However, if they both go out, meaning you pick up the chamber, then you're out. Even if you score on the person, you're out. Okay, now, when it comes to scoring, if you notice, there's times where a glove will get extended by accident. You're trying to keep your hand closed, but you're used to maybe opening your hand slightly because of the habit of sparring with your open hand and not hurting somebody. Well, if that happens and you see this, if I throw a back fist, and afterwards you see the competitor put their hand back in, that's a hint that that glove was extended. At that point, there's 2 things that should happen. And these both include honor and respect. The honor of saying, my hand slipped out. No point. No one's gonna do anything but applaud you because you're being honorable. Now, if you don't do that and the judge sees you put it back, and you say, no, it's just a habit. Now we have a debate. It should never get to that point. I believe that today's competitors accidentally have developed a habit of opening their hands and then putting their hand back as a rhythm. Now, I spar with boxers that I was going to be, that would never happen to me, because what I do is I squeeze this tightly just to make sure, because these do have a tendency to relax them, to move, unless the hands are wrapped and it's nice and tight. So again, if your hand is open, and you throw it backwards, that's not a point to begin with, because the only open hand that you can score to the face is a ridge hand. A ridge hand can be scored to the face front hand or rear hand. However, a ridge hand can only score to the body if it's opposite. So if my right leg's in front, and I put my left hand, that ridge hand has power enough, very similar to reverse punch. So that is a point. That same ridge hand towards the back, and then the back is not a target area. An axe kick is a point. A crescent kick is a point. Every technique with kicks are all points. Jumping back kick, yes, that's a point. However, if you do a jumping back kick and you land outside, no point. Where you land is more important than where you would act. Because what happens a lot of times, we don't want back fist. If I'm here and you come at me, I hit you with back fist and I land outside, there's no point there. Why? I landed out of bounds. If you hit somebody and draw blood, I'm sorry. You're disqualified. It's just the way it is. We cannot not do that. In addition to that, you cannot shoulder throw someone. No judo throw like that. No shoulder throw, because we are on the wet floor. But you can get behind them and take them down and so you can't sweep the back leg or the front leg. Similar to judo, but we're about going over the shoulder. You can do a cartwheel kick as long as it scores. That is a point. If it doesn't score and the person's on the floor, you have 2 seconds to score on the person that's on the floor. So the cartwheel misses and the person hits the person through the cartwheel in the head or the body with their fist, or their body with their fist or their feet while the person is down. That's 2 seconds, almost immediately. A scissor takedown, same thing. Just because you did a scissor takedown does not mean that you got a point. You have to make sure that you score, whether it's with a punch or the heel itself is a kick, either or. The 360 spinning hook, the spinning roundhouse kick. As long as they hit the target area, yes, it's a point. Forearm pads are not mandatory, but your elbow, like I said, elbow pads are not mandatory. When your elbow, if you elbow somebody and they are bleeding, you're gonna get disqualified. There is no spinning back fist, no spinning back fist at all. And to be honest with you guys, I think that's the majority. If there's any rule that you might ask, if you guys think of any there, holler at me and we'll put it on video. But I'm putting this all into a video manual. It won't be these words that I'm using here are more important. Later on in the week, McIntyre do a better video in terms of the techniques. But I wanted to get the verbiage here because I could actually use that combined with something else. So I'm not sure if I missed anything else. A clash, of course, as a clash, I did miss something. If a person goes outside one time, whether they're fighting or forced out, that's one time out. 2 times out, second warning. 3 times out, you get a third warning. 4th time, no, I apologize. 3 times out, the other person gets a point. 4 times out, another point, and 5 times, you have now technically been disqualified for avoiding to fight. And you cannot run behind a judge and hide. We've seen that in some crazy things. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Guys, I appreciate you. If you have any questions, please contact me. I am looking for some more certified judges. We're a little behind schedule, but we'll make sure Friday it'll be done. AB, see ya, we out here. Grandmaster Fast Feet Fontanez and Master Todd at the Fast Feet Dojo. AB,
See ya.
we out of here. That was freaking rough. Oh,
Cool.
I did it with no
What's up,
passion.
champ? I see. Just to ignite.
Yeah, well, I should have used that earlier, but yeah, I won't be able to.
Thank you.
Burn the fat.
March 28th. Come through.
Yeah, that was rough.
Thank you for watching.